Hello. I keep promising to share more of my process of doing my colourful art journal pages. But to be honest, sometimes my camera isn't charged and sometimes I just completely forget. So I've got started on this and I thought I must record what I'm doing. So I've laid down some paint, all PaperArtsy Fresco finish paints, Firebird, pumpkin soup, toffee apple. All of those are translucent, so which means you can see one colour under the other. So I laid those down first, randomly, just with a brush, sort of a big brush like this, just splodges here, splodges there. Next colour, blended them in a little bit, just very random. I then added some Bora. Now that's opaque, so these three play nicely together. They're the same colour family, they mix nicely. That's fine. If I'd put a translucent turquoise, then I might have created mud. But because this is opaque, it covers the layers underneath. So you can see here, you've got little bits where the paint hasn't covered. You can see the colour through, but where the paint is on the top, you can't see. It hasn't mixed because it's opaque. My next layer is going to be this stencil, which is by Seth Apter for Stencil Girl. I'm going to put it over this side, some white gesso. I usually use one of my little cut up sponge scourers, these, but I've got this that I've just washed and cleaned, so and it's dried, so I'm going to use that. It's just a foam dabber or dauber, and I'm just going to go, hopefully this will be on camera because these A4 pages don't quite fit. You can't see the entire page. I'll go that corner, lift it up, and we'll come a bit further down. Got that way round, and I'll go fairly well down there. Again, we've got just white gesso. Come fairly well down to the bottom with this, I think. So, this stencil by Stencil Girl product is called Grateful. Grateful, 2 words. There we are. So that's looking good. I think I want a little bit in the centre here. It's got a little bit of gesso left, and I'm just going to go in the centre there. I might just join it up with that one a little bit. Oh, drat. Got that bit there which I didn't really want, but never mind. Right, I'll put that straight in water, and then it doesn't, the gesso doesn't dry on there. And somewhere to put this. I'll just move that out of the way and show you what I'm going to do with that gesso. I'm going to try it with this. This is some leftover Bora that I had just on my paintbrush. So I'm going to lay it that way down. just brayer it and see if any of this gesso comes off. Oh yes, it does. We've got quite a nice effect down that side, you can see. So I'll just try it. I don't think there's much left on it, but we'll just go just in case. I don't think there's hardly anything left on, but we'll go. Other side. No, it's dried. I could give it a spritz, but I don't think I'll bother. So that's started a second page. I've got these, which is going to be in my next layer. These are one of the new dies, Sizzix dies by Seth Apter. This was a happy accident, really. It's a lot bigger than this. And my die cutting machine, the plates are very, very, very warped. I need new ones. So it didn't cut through. So some of these squares didn't come out because this is foam, funky foam, mounted onto recycled cardboard. As I say, some of these little squares and rectangles didn't come out, and I thought, oh no, I'll have to cut it again. But actually when I inked it up, I actually like the fact that there's some solid as well. And there's another bit to this as well. I've cut it. I've got this one, that one, and a long strip, which I can't at the moment find. But I'm going to use this as my next layer with black archival ink. And then after that, I shall set it aside and come back later, because it's really time to go to bed. I just can't help playing with new stamps and stencils and everything. So I've got quite a lot of white on there, and I want black. I could do this with paint. I could spray some paint out and then pick it up, but it's just easy while I've got my archival ink out. You need a good coating, and you need to be fairly quick because it does dry quicker than the paint would. So I want it that way up here. There we are. Yes, that's nice and dramatic. I wonder if there's any left on, we'll see. Oh yeah, there's still a bit left on. So I'll come across this end. Oh yes, I'm liking that second generation. Yes, that's very nice. So we'll go back again. A bit more ink. And we'll come in at the bottom here. Hope that's on camera. And I'll come in here. Yes, I'm liking the look of this so far. I think I need a little bit of darkness up there. And a little bit down here. A bit more down here. Yes, I think I'm liking that. Yeah, I think that's just enough. Put my ink pad away. Now it's all fairly dry, I think. So what I might do is some of these areas I might just come in with a white pen. This is all just sort of thinking as I go along. Yes, I quite like that. I like the white against the dark. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't think I'll do them all. I think I'll just do so many. Maybe up to the top. Yes, I like the black, white and the combination there. Might do a little bit down here because this corner, there is just a little bit there. Just sometimes the little details are just the thing that makes it work. So I've got there. I need some up here. So I'll spin it round because it'll be easier. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. You see the white shows up nicely against the autumnal bits up here. When we go over the gesso bit we can't see it so much, but and we'll come in at the corners, at the edges rather. And this one. Do I need any more? I think I need a little bit more on this edge. Yeah, it wants to be lightened there. Yes, I like those. I like that as that is. Wondering if I need a bit more up there. Do I? Maybe need to go as far as this. Come in a bit and then you can see a bit more. Yeah, that's... Do I need any more? What I could do is here, it isn't a solid bit, but I could just come in here and just take it out to the edge. So it just flows in from the edge and then it isn't just there. Yeah, and I think I'll come in at the top here as well. That's it, yes, I think that's enough, that there. Just thinking I need a little bit down at the bottom here. So there's just a little bit there. But what I can do is go inside these shapes. Yeah, I think that just brings it down. I've got vague shapes here. I might do the odd one or two here. Once you start you can't stop. This little bit here I'll just make up. I just think it links it into the... Now this will probably be off camera. There we are. Yeah, I think that's what we need. Now I need a focal point, so I think my next step will be to doodle some flowers because I want either a stem of foliage or a big flower here or something. So I'll possibly doodle some little flowers. I've just spotted something that I quite like. But I'll doodle some flowers in a moment, but I've just spotted these little dots here. and I just want to go around them. Yes, I like those little dots there. So there's one or two here which I'll go around as well. And some of them might be accidental dots, where the gesso's just sort of gone over the edge of the stencil, but I'll make them into little dots. And if I wanted some more, I could just use a cotton bud and make some little dots, which actually might be the next step. I quite like that. There's another little dot there. Looking to see if there's any more anywhere. I think that's it. But I might add some. So we'll just do a little bit of gesso. And one of the cotton buds just dipped into it. And we'll just do a few more. Yeah, and then we'll outline those in black. I really need to wait while those have dried before I do that, so I won't do it now. I'll switch the camera off, I'll decide on my focal point, and then I'll come. Right, so I'm back. It's the next day. I'm going to add this stamp because it's a nice bold stamp. See it here. PaperArtsy Mini MN57, and it's like an ink splat. It's a really nice stamp. So I'm going to get my black archival ink. Plenty of ink on it, and I want it nice and bold. I'm going to go down here in this area because there's no boldness there, if that makes sense. I'm going to go slightly off the edge. You have to put good pressure on because of the layers of paint and ink and everything to get a good impression. There we are. That's quite nice. And I think I need a little bit up there. So we'll ink it up again. Just put something underneath it just to stop getting on the work surface. I think I'll go that way around. And I don't mind if it gets on this top bit when it goes into the ring binder, into the book. Yeah, I think that works well. I might add a little bit just at this side, just of the leftover ink. That's it. Yeah, I think that works well. So we'll get rid of that one out of the way. I was considering putting some of these. This is MN18. It's one of my favourite stamps. I absolutely love it. I was considering putting some of those just in the little boxes. I think I might do, yeah. I quite like that idea. I did it once before on a card. So I think I'll try it again. Right, so we'll just ink up part of it. Move that out of the way. Yeah, that works well. So you can see it here. I'll come across this side and do a little bit in here. I don't mind if it isn't perfect, But I'm trying to get the ink just in the little squares, which with this one is quite easy. Yeah. Maybe this one down here as well. Just this one. Yeah. I think that's enough. Put that one away. Now, I think I wanted something extra. So, MN22. Now, this is quite bold numbers. And I don't want all the numbers, I just want some. So if I ink up just the top ones, take the ink off of my finger, the other ones. Yeah, I like letters and numbers. I think that's enough. Let me just do. Right, yeah, I think that's enough. I found some words which I like, but I think I'm also going to do a big leaf. So, I'll go that way. I keep all sorts of magazine clippings. So this one is diverse and dramatic, and I quite like the white with the black. And we've also got observe. I'm not sure about that one. It is nice. It's sort of a very dark blue. We've got this little tiny one as well, which could go up there. I think what I'll do is I'll put my big spray of leaves across and then see what I think. So I'm going to start from here and go across here where the blank area is. I've got this Pembroke permanent marker. My other permanent marker has decided just to die on me. So I'm onto this one. Hopefully I'll like it as well as the other one, but we'll see. Just going to go, because I'll start off the page, which you maybe won't see. So we'll start at this corner, and I'm going to go in a big arc like that. And then I'm going to go... Don't ever worry about covering anything up with mixed media. It's all about the layers. Need to go that side as well. And sometimes you'll cover up things that you've done, like I've covered up quite a lot of this ink splat. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Just going to extend those. I might even go completely black with the leaves. What do we think? What we'll do is we'll swap to a finer pen. This is Uniball Pin Fine Liner, and it's 0.8. We'll see what we think. No, I think I need to go all black so it's dramatic, and then go over with a white gel pen. So we'll go, just colour this in. We've got quite a dramatic colour scheme going on, so I think we need a dramatic focal point. Could have used my Posca pens. To be honest, they're a little bit out of reach at the moment. I've got something stood in front of them. And I could have done half and half, half black, half showing through. I do think the black is what we need. Alright. So I'm just going to let that dry for a little bit. Do I need anything else? I think if we just diverse and dramatic, I could cut that into two. Diverse and dramatic there. Yeah, I think that might be better. And anchor it at that side maybe. Not sure about our observe. Or do we want diverse and dramatic further up? Yeah, I quite like that. I think we'll go with that. Move that out of the way for the moment. I use a Yoo-hoo glue stick for sticking my magazine clippings in. I find it better. The paper doesn't wrinkle as much. Anchor it at that side. I'll probably go around with a white pen. Yeah, I think I will. Alright. And this one I might go around with a white pen. Diverse. And dramatic. Right. Well, that's that. I'm just checking to see if our black isn't quite dry yet, so we'll just go around our words with a white pen. I want a scribbly look, I don't want a perfect look. If I wanted a perfect look I could have used a ruler, but I don't. I want a nice scribbly outline. Some of it you won't see because it's on the white, but that's fine. Do we need... I think I'll go around this one as well. That's it. Yeah, I think we're getting there. Now see if we can go in one fell swoop. Yes. And then we'll go. You could just leave it at this. No, that one isn't quite as bold. That's it. But I think I'm going to add to it, so I'm going to go round the edges of the leaves as well. And the odd little imperfection matters not. With these colourful journal pages, I always like quite a dramatic focal point. I think it just finishes them off. I don't want something that's just sort of fairly insignificant. I like something a bit bolder. Yes, now I like that. Do I want anything else? I think I do, just a little bit. So I'm just going to go at one side of the leaf. Yeah, I think that might be enough. So go in the underside of the leaf. And I think this will probably be enough. Yeah, we'll just do the underside of the leaf again. That's it. I might add something, I don't know quite what. Just needs a bit of something. Maybe some white dots. I've got various mark making things, and I think maybe that. No, that's a bit too big. we might go back to our cotton bud in gesso. Yeah, I think that will do. Yeah, quite like the spots. Yeah, these spots here just need to be a little bit whiter. I think that's enough. Yeah, I think that, I really quite like that. Once these are dry, I'll possibly go around them excuse me, with a white pen. But I think basically we're done. I'll go around the edges of the page as well with black, but I think that's done. So I hope you can see all the little details. Oh, something I might do. The letters and numbers that are stamped in here, I could, yes, just fill those in with a white pen. And even if they're part ones, that just gives it a bit of something. Yes. Like that. It's the little details that you add that make it unique and nice. So I won't make you watch me colour all these in. You've seen more or less the finished page. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you give it a go with this sort of journal page. And if you do, tag me on social media, because I'd love to see what everybody does. And I hope you give it a go. Bye for now.